the Anis camp has its headquarters where there are viewing parties set for later and everything, but most of his supporters are now at his house. He's actually hosting just anybody at his house, and you were one of them.
That's right. Well, actually, Anis just lives a stone's throw away from the polling station. So after he voted, he walked back to his house, and I think as we speak, he's still giving media interviews, but at the same time, his supporters are just mingling about there, chit-chatting over free porridge that has been handed out.
What kind of porridge was it?
Chicken porridge, yeah, with a bit of chili. And
so local bubur ayam.
That's right.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, a bit of warming sustenance there.
Sure.
But what's his house like?
Oh, it was pretty cool. It's traditional Javanese architecture, and it was in a very cozy neighborhood. So yeah, it didn't seem too like high class or anything like that.
So who showed up really? I mean, besides supporters and the media, did his neighbors sort of just pop in on him?
Yeah, well, I spoke to a woman who said she lived in the neighborhood or in the district, and she just wanted to drop by and see Anis's house because she's not seen his house before. So yeah, she just wanted to drop by and see it, and yeah, but she told me that she hopes the new president will bring change, and if that doesn't happen, then she fears for what might happen. Yeah.
Okay. I can imagine for the hardcore sort of Anis supporters, they want him to stay in this race for as long as possible, and they're hoping perhaps for a runoff even. Would they be terribly disappointed if he came in third? And have you heard about the scenarios if that should happen?
Yeah, well, if you speak to some, or I've spoken to some pretty hardcore Anis supporters, they're actually pretty confident that he can win in one round, despite what the opinion polls say. But yeah, if it goes to a runoff with between him and Prabowo, they're still hopeful that Anis could attract supporters of Ganjar and take on Prabowo and hopefully emerge victorious in June in the runoff. Yeah, but I mean, they're still not discounting anything. At the house we saw someone who actually took water from a gardening hose and read prayers and chanted for Anis to win, and his supporters were like Amin, saying it in unison for him to win. So yes, they will be disappointed if for example, it finishes in one round.
And that's what he and his running mate are known as, Amin,
that's
together.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So for you, covering elections here, and you've been here since the start of February, talk to us about the passion that people have to be very politically involved, especially for this special election.
Yes, I was at the Anis final rally on Saturday at the Jakarta International Stadium, and yes, people were extremely determined to turn up and show their support for him. Yeah, for me, I mean, getting to the stadium itself was an adventure. At some points, I kind of feared that I couldn't actually get there and a crash was about to happen. But yeah, people were really vociferous. I mean, they wanted to show their support, and they were in the stadium chanting along. And yeah, I think it's part of the DNA here for them to be really involved in the democratic process.